I've been fishing a clear tip tarpon line for a long time, but I've always had some issues with the previous line I was using. But now Scientific Anglers has come out with the perfect tarpon line. It's a colored fly line with a clear 12-foot tip. It's called the Magnitude Smooth Tarpon Clear Float. And what I want to do is show you how I connect this fly line to my backing and onto my reel. First thing I'll do is I'll tie a bimini twist in the backing of the reel, creating that big loop. Once I have that loop, I'll slide that loop through the loop of the fly line, and I'll put my reel through that loop twice, and that'll create a cat's paw or like a square knot right on the end, and then I'll pull that really tight before I start winding this fly line onto my reel. Okay, when I tie my bimini, I want to make sure this loop is nice and large enough for that fly reel to go through there twice. Wrap this 20 times. Doesn't have to be exact, I just do it a bunch to make sure it's at least 20. I moisten it. When I go over my knee, I keep that loop nice and large, again, so that fly reel can pass through that loop twice. So once you get that bimini twist made here with a nice large loop, I'm just going to pass the end of the backing loop through the fly line loop. And then from here, I want to bring my reel through this loop twice. Once and again. And then now you'll see that when I pull all the slack out of this loop, you'll see that I've created almost a double loop around the loop of the fly line. It'll look like a square knot or a cat's paw. And then I slide the loop of the backing towards the end of the fly line there. You can see how nice and close that is. And when I pull that good and tight, I want that seated into the coating of the fly line. Now at this point, I can reel the fly line, onto the reel, and there's going to be no sharp edges, so nothing will catch on the guides of the fly rod. You want this traveling in and out of the guides nice and cleanly.